Hello, welcome back to Meister gaming channel where we master our gaming experience one. So today I wanna bring you another video of Legacy of Discord. This time is brief beginner guide. Yes, that's right, episode 2. So we would like to show you that how to avoid getting fake BR, right? Another thing is that we would like to talk about main thing is the attribute and the special attribute which a lot of people don't know. Alright, let's check out my video now. So first thing first, character info, we like to check the max HP, but why not max MP? Because max MP definitely it is the maximum, yeah? It won't go higher, it won't go lesser. And max HP, so important that because it gives you more HP, which you can able to tank survivability during the world boss, PK, arena, wherever you are. So yeah, I would like to say focus more HP is okay, but don't go as crazy as more than your attack and elemental attack. And talk about attack and elemental attack, I would like to explain what's so different about these two between is the attack is only based on the normal attack instead of the skill that you cast, like the first skill, second skill, third skill, and ultimate skill that you cast. Alright, it won't apply to it, trust me, it won't apply. And for elemental attack, you only apply on the skill that you, just like I explained, you cast 1, 2, 3 and the ultimate skill. So you will ask that is it I should increase more elemental attack than the attack? I will say most likely, but I also think it's based on the class that you are owning now. Like let's say I'm Blade Dancer, I will focus more on elemental sorceress, also elemental. And for Berserker, I heard they say need to focus more on attack. I don't know if it is true or not, because to me that you should try to focus more elemental attack more than the attack itself, because the skill it casts give you more true damage by using the elemental attack with your skill. Alright, for now I would like to talk about P defense and M defense. P defense known as physical defense, which counter the incoming attack. So yeah, if you have high P defense, means you will receive lesser damage from the normal hit. And for M defense, known as magic defense, also you can call it as elemental defense. So we have high end defense, you will receive lesser incoming magic attack with your enemy cast, your opponent cast the skill, yeah. So which one is the most important? I would say M defense. And for next, I would like to talk about elemental resistance. So for those, a lot of people didn't know that what does those things do. Actually, they also another so-called elemental magic resistance. With example, now my enemy top 9 in arena is sorceress. So I am top 10 Blade Dancer. So I need more force resistance to counter her magic incoming attack. So yeah, let's replace to top 9 again. If I'm top 10 is Blade Dancer, top 9 is Berserker, I need more higher resistance to counter him. So yeah, it's like another magic resistance which counter each other. So in another word, elemental resistance is so called counter the incoming, the nearby of the player that you are fighting with the most of the time in arena. You should increase the resistance more based on who they are, what class they are. And next, the most important part, special attributes. These people, most of the new player didn't know what does it do. So I will tell you this very important. Please listen. Right, next, the special attributes. So this is the most important part you need to know by now, by today, because a lot of new player never played before this game or came for another game. They don't have this kind of thing. You struggle and because of this it causes you become a fake BR. So now I would like to talk about how the fake BR come to your character. Basically because you lack of special attribute, like example the hit, dodge, pierce, block, critical, crit damage, and even the resilient. So Now if you're having a fake BR, what are you waiting for? Now it's your time to tune your character like me. So yeah, you came to the right page. I will show you how does it work. But first I would like to talk about hit. So what is hit? So basically, if you have more hit, it able to make it have higher even chance to land the damage and even the magic attack on your opponent. So since your opponent have higher hit, you can't let off dodge. So why the dodge is so important? With a higher hit, of course you need much more dodge to able to dodge the incoming attack from your opponent. Alright, and next I would like to talk about pierce and block. These two I still a bit unsure, so I will not talk about the stat, what does it do. But most of the time, block, it will block the incoming attack, but it doesn't totally block everything. The reason why I choose dodge over the block is dodge you can get no damage, while block you still can get some of the damage. Of course not the true fully damage from the opponent, but you still will get damage. Alright, and the reason another thing to counter the block is you need pierce. So with higher pierce, you have a higher chance to pierce through your opponent higher block. Alright, and of course let's talk about critical and crit damage. So what is critical and crit damage? Critical will do the double amount of the damage that now you're doing. Let's say I deal the opponent 10 million damage. With the critical, I will deal about 20. And also depend of the critical damage, the percentage that you having now. The higher it is, the more damage you are turning into. So yeah, my first option is you have to aim higher critical and higher critical damage as soon as possible, so you will turn into true damage. And one last thing that most of people didn't know, what is the resilient. So as you can see, RESIL, you thought it's resistant. At first I also thought it's resistant. Actually it's not resistant. As you go the stat info, it stated that RESIL dot actually is known as resilient. So what is the resilient? Decrease your enemy chance of landing critical strike against you. So the word already stated for you, already speak for you. It already say chance of landing critical strike against you, the chance is decreased. So guys, what are you waiting for? Now it's time to work on your special attribute and the resilient as soon as possible, because as you already know that resilient is counter the incoming critical damage from the enemy. The chance of landing the critical will slightly decrease. So for now, I would like to talk about special attribute, which should I focus even more on it. So number one, I would say critical and critical damage is the most important in the game, which will double amount of the damage to the opponent, because not a lot of player I know nowadays focus on a resilient. So yeah, and of course the most important another thing in the game is number two, hit. So yeah, the chances of landing hit is damn important in the game too. Without the landing, you will never land even the critical too. That's the problem. And number three, higher dodge. So you will ask me again, why dodge? Because with the higher dodge, the opponent with a lower hit, the chances of you getting the dodge is much more high, and also you get no damage if you dodge the incoming damage. And of course you can't let off the resilient, which is the much more useful in the game now, better than the block and pierce. Why? Because enemy with higher critical and critical damage which land on you, if you have the highest resilient, the chances of getting critical damage much more lesser and lesser. So yeah, that's make a lot of difference. In arena it make difference, in PvP it make a lot of difference. So yeah, try to focus more on resilient. Yeah. Alright guys, since we already talked about how to obtain the normal stat, special attribute stat, and the attribute, so now I would like to talk about how can you get more of the stat and special attribute with the right way and avoid of getting fake BR. So the first thing first, you have to go to the metamorph and look for the metamorph that you are going to activate, because metamorph give you a lot of great stat, like example the hit, the elemental dodge, and whatever is stated here, even the percentage of the HP and elemental, and even the attack too. Alright, don't ever look down on the BR they give you, like example 2M BR you game, because everything here is the true BR they give you. So example, you lack of critical, you lack of resilient, they give you, they provide you everything. You make a lot of difference in the game, in the PvP. You will never realize now until the fight is begun. So take your time, no need to rush. Try to activate at least the 3-star, the metal one, which costs about 3.5k to around 4k each. So try activate as much as possible, and then follow by upgrade the rank of them to at least 2 or 3. And by the time you see a lot of difference, the efficiency make your progression is the great and with the true BR. Alright, of course, the number 2 key point that you should not be missed is the weapon amplify, which you can gain a lot of true stat like the resistance of the elemental, the CDR with the no S, critical damage reduction, and damage reduction, whatever is stated here. Every week it provide you different stat. And not only this, also increase some of the weapon, also the amplify increase the P defense percentage, M defense percentage, even HB attack and elemental attack percentage too. Right, also try to activate as much win as possible, because you can even make them to at least try to make level 5 the amplify each of the win, and make it get a level 5 ascension attribute plus 40%, of course. And don't forget, with the combination they also give you the special attribute like the pierce, block, hit, critical, and whatever so on, right? And of course you shouldn't miss out this new feature with the pet awaken, with the new latest feature which give you the percentage of the pet if you really rank them out, and also grace them to the next rank. And also when once activated, it provide you a lot of the true special attribute. We also include the percentage of the normal attribute itself. So you try to take your time, relax, having a coffee, and do the tower as high as possible. Don't slack it there, like you still at tower 1 or 2, try get at least tower 3, and then bridge the tower 2 to get the pack fragment and everything that provided. And once you even make the progress and rank up your pet awaken, it give you even much more stat with the special attribute also included. Of course, the fourth thing that we shouldn't miss out is the mouth. Alright, try to activate at least the 2 purple mouth with the shadow map and the drake beast, and at least equip them at least the 3-star, 4-star, or even 5-star armaments into your mouth. And of course, the next thing you should do is use your steel nail or steel blade to change the attribute to the at least purple color. If possible, go to the orange one, is the legendary, or the final, the mystic, the red color one. And don't worry, try to get at least all of them at least purple as soon as possible for the better stat. Yeah, like I say before, if the special attribute give you low BR like 1000 or 10,000, don't look down at it, because those are the true special attribute and the true BR they give you in the PvP stat and other thing. Alright, next the enchants for the equipment. Like example, my weapon equip at least 5 fire face. Try to make them with the enhance at least up to level 5 each of them, and then you will aim for the stat like the special attribute and even the resistance of the elemental, which provide you, those are hard to obtain. And then try to avoid getting the attack, keep on reroll, and get a basic enchant stone and saver, and even the super enchant scroll. Wait for the event right time and increase and use them for the better progression. Another thing is the weapon socket. The new feature again, which released last month I believe, is the scattered awaken, the scattered gem awaken. So for newbie tips, that try to save more of the gold and try to make off the gem socket to level 7 at least, and then use the diamond to buy at the the surprise shop. There's one of the gem accessories cost about 20 diamond each. Buy as much as possible, and then use it to activate the gem awaken power to at least level 1 and get a special attribute, so that this is also very useful if by the time you have the go for the gem to level 8 or 9 for the much more, like the percentage they give, also the 24% critical damage is applied to. Last but not least that we shall not forget is the wind, sky wind, with the one also unlock at level 50. Once you reach level 50, as soon as possible, try to unlock one of the Asura wind and then activate it, equip all the socket that you see is missing the plus sign, and then equip then and try to rank up doing the sky battle every day, which provide you 5 at 10, and then try to make the emblem and roll into the stat you want. Like example, you need hit, you roll into the hit, keep on roll until you get the stat that you want, or dodge whatever stat you're missing out. And don't forget to upgrade your win by doing the lucky buy event, which costs 500 for 5 times, which give you a lot great reward for the skywing upgrade. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Talk about the episode 2, how to get a special attribute and what are those and how important those special attributes are. And remember, do the thing as I mentioned, you shall progress with the real stat as soon as possible, because I can't explain this video even much more longer about the event. I'm thinking in one video which will make total 2-hour long video. Alright, I'm not going to do that, but don't worry, I will make another episode about the event, which should be coming next few days probably. So stay tuned for the episode 3, the top 5 event. Right, if you have any question, please feel ask me below or join my the Discord channel. I will put a link in the description. And also don't forget to give a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to give a subscribe, and remember to keep the bell so that you won't miss out any of my video upcoming soon. Alright, I will see you next day, probably tomorrow, or see you guys. Cheers.